Welcome to Mountain Strong. Today we are here at Point Warrenzoff. It is a pretty wet and pretty gray day. You might wonder why I chose this as my day for shooting, given that I like to kind of cherry pick my days throughout the week. We've had a pretty crazy week here in Anchorage. We started off with a big snow dump on Sunday, and then Monday actually was a sunny day, although snowy, but cold. We had really cold temperatures on Monday, and then Tuesday, I think it was down in the teens, and then Wednesday, this massive rain front came through and it warmed up, but it's going to be raining for the rest of the week, and so this is actually the best that I get. And unfortunately, even though it is the best that I get, it's Thanksgiving Day today, and so I'm very limited on time. I came out to what I thought was a park, not a park. I talked about that in a previous video, but glad to just be able to pause for a moment, walk on this beach, and again later going to be enjoying some fellowship. We talked about the blessings of fellowship in our previous video on Psalm 133. Now we have the opportunity to look at the last of the Songs of Ascent, Psalm 134. Let's read that now. Come bless the Lord, all you servants of the Lord, who stand by night in the house of the Lord. Lift up your hands to the holy place, and bless the Lord. May the Lord bless you from Zion, he who made heaven and earth. So we've come to the end of the journey, perhaps. Again, the 15 Songs of Ascent are psalms that were collected, people believe, to form a hymnal as they were marching to Jerusalem on those feast days. And I've speculated all along in these studies that these psalms seem to me to represent pictures of the life of faith, reminders that are needed and things that we need to reflect on, because some of them are not really happy marching tunes as you think about the words there, but they're all things that we need to be reminded of and that we need to reflect upon. The previous psalm perhaps pictured the worshipers gathering together and enjoying the unity that they experienced in the congregation of God's people. And maybe this is kind of the, I don't know if you've ever experienced this before, but worship services have ended, and it's, everybody's kind of filtering away, but a small group stays behind, and we just want to sing some more songs together. I've had the blessing of experiencing that on a number of occasions. It actually happened very often when we lived in Singapore. One of the great blessings of the church in Singapore is how much they love to sing, and so we would, and that's not play on words, I promise, Singapore singing anyway, but we would get together after services and just sing and just keep singing until we just simply had to go. And I picture this, and the encouragement is given to the worshipers here to bless the Lord, those who stand by night in the house of the Lord. Why are they there? I don't get the sense that this is a normal function of the priest to stand by night. Maybe I could be wrong about that, but maybe it's a sort of vigil, a sort of spontaneous gathering of people who just don't want the worship to end. Because these feast days, as precious as they were, the Jews came together and they left, and they only experienced that 3 times in a calendar year. Sometimes we, because we worship God every Sunday, we neglect to realize how powerful and precious it is. And we start, instead of enjoying the moment of praise, we start looking at our watch and thinking about, where else could I be? Where else could I go? What else could I do? I really think that it's good, if you can, to keep Sunday as a day that's plan-free. And even to a degree, I know that you have pressures as a family. I experience those. I've got young kids, but don't be in a rush to leave. Just soak in those moments of fellowship and worship. Encourage others in the specialness of what's happening. Don't allow the fact that it happens every week to cause you to forget how special and important it is. The encouragement here is for these people who have stayed late at night to bless the Lord, to worship the Lord, and the wish upon those who do that, He'll bless you. The psalm concludes with verse 3, "May the Lord bless you from Zion, he who made heaven and earth." God will bless those who love to worship Him. And I really want to be that kind of person. And so, worship the Lord, verses 1 and 2, He'll bless you, is how that journey concludes. And it really is how our journey ought to conclude. I pray that this is an encouragement to you. Pray that wherever you find yourself today, whatever day it might be, if it's Sunday or if it's a day before then, If it's Sunday, remember how special that day is. If it's a day other than that, look forward to that day. Plan for that day. Plan for the importance of that day. And I pray that you'll get to experience that at one point in your life, to stand after services, opening up the psalm books and praising God together. Because I can think of no better picture of eternity than that. Singing together praise to God without caring what time it is. May God bless you today.